Bonjour, voici une vidéo 3G sur le verbe venir et l'expression venir de. Venir is an irregular verb. Here are its conjugations. I'm going to go over the pronunciations for you, and then we'll talk a little bit about verbs in the venir family, and you also have your verb drills online to do for the verbs venir, and they'll show you the verbs in that family as well. Let's go through the conjugations. Je viens. Repeat that again. Je viens. Tu viens. Tu viens. Il vient. Elle vient. And of course, on vient would be in this group as well. On vient. Nous venons. Nous venons. Vous venez. Vous venez. And notice the stem change here. It almost goes back to, well it does, go back to the infinitive, V-E-N, V-E-N, as opposed to this stem, this is why it's irregular, it's because it adds the I here. These take the, these are regular basically, and the rest of these are irregular. So the il plural, ils viennent, ends are pronounced. Elles viennent, ends are pronounced again. So here we have a nasal sound. That sound is my dog. He's running around the room and growling. I'm not sure why. We're going to ignore him. What I was going to say is this is a nasal sound, so you're getting vient, 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 and then the plural, you're hearing the ends, vienne, vienne. All right, some verbs that are in the venir class are the verbs tenir. If you look in your book, there's a list of them. Tenir, which means to hold. They sing very well. Okay, and then going on, we have revenir, revenir, to come back or to come again. Devenir, devenir, to become. And then the tenir family, tenir, as I said, which means to hold. Appartenir, appartenir, to belong to. Retenir, retenir, to retain, or it can also mean to reserve. Obtenir, obtenir, to obtain. And soutenir, soutenir, to support or to sustain. In the verb drills that you'll be doing online, they might have a few others. You can just you look at the meanings of those when you get to them. Let's do exercice Q. Répondez aux questions suivantes. Le collier appartient à Madame Forestier. Et les vêtements, they belong to Mathilde. So this verb, appartenir, to belong. The necklace belongs to Mrs. Forrester. And we want to say, les vêtements belong to Mathilde. This is back to the story that you were listening to about the la parure, the necklace. So we have Mathilde, elle. I'm sorry, I'm not starting right here. Les vêtements. Down here. Appartient. Oops, I left out the I. Appartiennent. There we go. À Mathilde. Yes. I'm trying. Les vêtements appartiennent, plural, à Mathilde. Numéro 2. Paul revient ce soir. Et toi? Paul is coming back tonight. And you? You want to say, I am coming back tomorrow morning, demain matin. So you need je, and the form revient. Demain matin. I'm sort of flipping down here. The verb revenir, to come back. Numéro 3. Ton église soutient un missionnaire du Togo et l'église de tes parents un missionnaire du Brésil. Your church supports a missionary from Togo, a country in Africa, and the church of your parents, a missionary from Brazil. So we want to say l'église de mes parents. I'm going to abbreviate because that's really long. l'église de mes parents, on go to l'église, soutien, un missionnaire du Brésil. The church of my parents supports a missionary from Brésil. Alright, let's go on to numéro 4. Mes amis reviennent des vacances demain. Et ton oncle? My friends come back from vacation tomorrow, and your uncle? La semaine prochaine means next week. So we'll say mon oncle, right? Mon oncle revient des vacances la semaine prochaine. My uncle comes back from vacation next week. Okay? Numéro 5. Nous obtenons nos diplômes en mai et elles en juin. We obtain our diplomas in May. We might say in English we earn or we receive. Et elle obtient. What was it? In this case it would be son diplôme. Each person only receives one, right? Usually. Son diplôme en juin. Okay? She obtains her diploma in June. And the last one, elle retient une table pour sa famille. Et nous, une table pour nos amis. So she retains or reserves a table for her family. Et nous, we're going to say we reserve a table for our family. So nous is the subject. Nous. Retenons. Remember that irregular stem change there in the new and the full forms. Une table, and then the rest of the phrase, pour nos, what was it? Pour nos amis. Okay? Pretty straightforward question. In this case, it's just a question of knowing the vocabulary of the different verbs, and then just remembering the irregular conjugations for those. All right, let's go on to venir de. Venir de plus the infinitive is just a convenient way of saying that something has just happened. In English, we say has just happened, has just plus a verb. In French, we're just going to use the forms of venir, the preposition de, and the infinitive, the unconjugated verb of the action. Look at this. Conjugated venir, de, and the unconjugated infinitive to say has or have just done something. Verb. Okay? Let's look at exercice S. Tournez la page. À la page 40. Tournez la page. Let's look at some examples. This is very straightforward. Easy to put together. Your example up there was Mathilde vient de remarquer la disparition du collier. Mathilde has just noticed, remarquer is to notice, the disappearance of the necklace. So exercise S, by using the form of venir plus de and an infinitive, tell that the following people have just accomplished the action of the given infinitives. Modèle je, and we have comprendre cette leçon. So I want to say then, I have just understood this lesson. And hopefully that will be what you're all saying by the time we reach the end. So we take venir, conjugated for je, use a de, and use the infinitive. Je viens de comprendre cette leçon. I have just understood this lesson. Let's give these a try. Numéro 1. Mon frère, and we have se lever. Remember se lever from the chapter we had on the reflexives? That means to get himself up out of bed or to wake up. So we use mon frère, sujet, subject. And we vient in the right form. Vient de, and se lever stays exactly as it was. My brother has just gotten up. All right, let's try numéro 2. Ma mère préparait le petit déjeuner. ma mère. Also vient de préparer. Ooh, running out of room. Le petit déjeuner. My mother has just prepared breakfast. Okay, let's try a couple more. These aren't really that difficult, and you'll have some practice in your workbook as well. This is an easy exercise because they have basically already given you the infinitive. You don't even have to do anything to it. It makes it nice and easy. All you need to do is know your forms from venir. Numéro 3, nous and ranger la maison. This is from that same chapter as se lever. Ranger means to arrange or to tidy up, to clean up. So we get nous. We want to say we just tidied up. Nous venons de ranger. Nous venons de ranger la maison. We have just cleaned up the house. Let's do one or two more. Numéro 4, les enfants, donner à manger aux chiens. Again, from that chapter. To give the dog something to eat. We want to say the children have just given the dog something to eat. Les enfants. We need a plural here, right? Viennent de donner à manger aux chiens. Right? The children have just given the dog something to eat. So let's do numéro 5. Mon père. Let's not, because we've already done a couple of singular, il, singular. Let's do, how about numéro 8? Vous repassez le linge. Repasser, to iron, also from that chapter. Le linge is the wash. So we want to say, you have just ironed the laundry, ironed the wash, whatever. So we get vous. We need the form for vous. Vous venez de repasser la linge. You have just ironed the clothing. All right, that concludes the audio segment for this section, venir and venir de, and I will see you all on Monday. Au revoir.